breaking down our life situations, I think, is how we gain a sense of control and power in a position where we actually don't have any, whether it's a illness, a virus, cancer, disease. And we always think that we will feel better when it's over. We will all of a sudden have a sense of relief. And if we're waiting for the event to finish, then we're never actually trying to take control where we can, and we become victims of the circumstances. And when you're talking about these one step ladders, it's no, this is my control. I have one step today, and that is to drink 50 ounces of water and go for a 10-minute walk. And if I do that, then tomorrow I can change it or increase it. That's something that is called the compounding effect. So when you take one micro change in your life and you add a second to it, and then you adjust it, and then you adjust it again, and then you add a third, you're more likely to gain momentum and finally feel like you are becoming the person you want to become through these small micro movements. What is your micro movement today? What is the one thing that you're doing that's going to impact tomorrow? And creating this momentum, not by huge changing, moving mountains, but actually by taking one step at a time and seeing what you need to adjust and pivot by having flexible thinking. We often need to say, okay, this direction is not working for me, and acknowledging what direction is not working for us, and then consciously choosing a different route and trying to do that. So I always use this metaphor when I'm talking about changing habits. And one of them is that our brain is like walking through the woods. And the route and the trail that we often take is where our brain grooves in, and it creates this traction, and it ingrains or engrooves a path. Now that becomes very familiar and easy to us. That route to think and that route to act has been out of habit. And all of a sudden, when you say, okay, now it's time to pivot, you are taking your mind and you are looking into the woods, and you're like, but how do I do that? And where do I start? And that looks really dangerous. And so you have to gain the bravery and the confidence to say, I don't know where I'm going with this new mental mindset. I don't know how to think positive. I don't know how to look for things that I can control, because I've trained my brain to only think about the things that I can't control, because that's how I've been thinking all my life. And so a lot of times we have to realize that shifting or pivoting is much harder at first, because we've never done it before. We've never walked down that route, and our brain doesn't want to do it. Our bodies don't want to do things that are challenging and new.